Today we're headed to Thailand by way of Sankaya Faktong, a creamy coconut custard in a pumpkin shell. Two great tastes that taste great together.
My coconut.
Is in my pumpkin.
It's doggone good.
Hi there, I'm Jen, and this is Borderless Baking, where we cross borders through baking, one delicious dessert at a time. Grab your whisk, no passport required. Today's adventure continues our culinary jaunt around East and Southeast Asia with a traditional Thai dessert called Sankaya Faktong. Sankaya is the Thai word for coconut custard, and Faktong is the Thai word for pumpkin. But in Thailand, the only kind of pumpkin they have is Kabocha squash. When I saw Sankaya Faktong in a Thai cookbook, I knew immediately that I wanted to try it. First, it's absolutely beautiful when it's done correctly, so let's hope I pull it off. Second, it's two of my all-time favorite flavors, pumpkin and coconut. And finally, it's a really interesting dessert, and it's cooked in a way that I have not tried before, so I thought it would be a fun challenge to try that here with you all. Let's get to it. Let's talk ingredients. To make Sankaya Faktong, you will need 1 kabocha squash, duck or chicken eggs, palm sugar, coconut milk, rice flour, kosher salt, and pandan leaves. First and foremost, kabocha squash. A couple things to look for when you're buying your kabocha squash. Preferably it's a nice dark green color with some orange on it, which is an indication of ripeness. If it has a stem, great, that'll make it easier to pull off and put back in. You don't want a really big squash. If the pumpkin is too big, you're filling it with too much custard, and then you're at risk of it not cooking at all, and you have a big gloopy mess in the middle. This is a great size, about 2 to 3 pounds. Eggs. Traditionally, the Thai recipe would use duck eggs. I do have duck eggs today. You can use chicken eggs. The conversion is about 1.5 chicken eggs to every duck egg. So like 6 eggs where I'm gonna use 4 duck eggs. Some people even add 1 extra yolk to that because duck eggs have a higher yolk to white percentage. So you really want that richness from the egg yolks. But we have duck eggs today, so we're just gonna use 4 duck eggs. Palm sugar. I went down the palm sugar rabbit hole. And yes, there is a palm sugar rabbit hole. There's a bunch of different ways you can buy it. You can buy it in a tub, which I guess is the traditional way they would get it in Thailand. More often you're gonna find it in pucks. The pucks I was able to find here were very light colored and very crystally, which is precisely what I was told by the denizens online not to use. I also ordered something online, which was already shaved palm sugar. I'm not sure if they're okay or if they're the right ones. In a pinch, you can use brown sugar. I'm just gonna taste the two of them and see which one I like better. Rice flour. You don't have to use rice flour if you don't already have it in your pantry. You can use all-purpose flour, or you can even use cornstarch. Interesting thing I found out, particularly with the Thai packaging, red means non-glutinous and green is glutinous. Important to note, that does not have anything to do with gluten, G-L-U-T-E-N. Both glutinous rice flour and non-glutinous rice flour are gluten-free. Gluten with an E is in wheat. Gluten with an I just refers to, for lack of a better word, the stickiness, the gooiness of it. We want the non-glutinous because our custard doesn't need stickiness or gooiness. Kosher salt, nothing special about that. Coconut milk. You want to use full fat coconut milk, not coconut cream. It's preferable to get it in these UHT cartons. They go through less of a heat process, so they maintain more of their flavor. Who knew? Last but not least, pandan leaves. I was able to get these in my Asian grocery store in the frozen section. If you can't get them, you can use vanilla. It will work just fine. The first thing we want to do is cut open our squash. Much like if you've ever carved a jack-o'-lantern for Halloween before, you want to just cut a little lid off of the top encompassing the stem, and you want to cut it at an angle so that when you put it back in, it doesn't slide right down into the pumpkin. Get yourself a nice sharp knife and go to town. Be very careful, don't cut yourself. I might actually use a smaller knife, a little more control. Smells like pumpkin. Ta-da! That's beautiful color. I think I picked a good one. Go ahead and cut off the pulpy part of the lid. Loosen the guts a little bit with a fork. And then you just scoop out the seeds using all my years of jack-o'-lantern carving experience. You want this really nice and clean because you want the custard to be able to adhere to the wall of the pumpkin, and frankly, you just don't want a lot of gross pumpkin guts on the edge of your custard. There. Okay, nice and clean. Very important, don't rinse out your pumpkin because that moisture will prevent your custard from adhering to the inside of the pumpkin wall. We don't want that to happen. But you can just take a damp paper towel and wipe out the outside so it's nice and clean. I'm excited. It looks awesome. I'm gonna take a quick taste of the two kinds of palm sugar I have and make the decision about which one I'm going to go forward with. I think I like the darker one better. It has a little bit more depth of flavor. This next part can be done a couple of different ways. The point of it is to dissolve the palm sugar in the coconut milk and to also release the flavor of the pandan leaves. In Thailand, they do it by hand in a process called kayum. But if you have bricks of palm sugar or hard palm sugar and you can't break it up by hand, you can put it in a pot and put it over medium heat, just enough to dissolve the sugar. You don't want to boil it or reduce it or anything. Since I'm using the shaved palm sugar, I'm going to go ahead and try the kayum. So you're going to mix your palm sugar, all but a little bit of your coconut milk and a couple of your pandan leaves. Leave a little bit of the coconut milk out so that you can dissolve your cornstarch or your rice flour in that a little bit later. You could, of course, use a spoon or a whisk to mix this, but using your hands allows you to massage the pandan leaves to really release their flavor. That's not going to work. Those grains are not dissolving, and we want them to dissolve. Slight change of plan. I'm going to work with the other palm sugar, which I think will dissolve just fine. Coconut milk. Remember to leave just a little bit in the bottom to dissolve your flour later. Palm sugar. This is going to be fun to stick my hands in. And then palm leaves. Crush up the pandan leaves a little bit in my hands and then put them in there. Mix them up. This is dissolving much better than the shaved palm sugar did. It's already absorbing pretty well. I'm trying to see if I can smell what the pandan actually smells like, but it's hard to get past the smell of the palm sugar. It does smell vanilla-y, but I'm not sure, again, if what I'm smelling is sweet or pandan. I'm gonna go with pandan. So that palm sugar has dissolved really nicely. Move on to the next step. I'm gonna go ahead and put my rice flour in with my little reserved coconut milk. I'm gonna do that ahead of time to avoid any lumps and glumps, which I would get if I just dumped this into the whole mixture. Nice and smooth. Next up, I'm gonna take our duck eggs. I already cracked them. I cracked them ahead of time so I didn't have to worry about pulling any shells out later. So I have my 4 duck eggs. They're big, beautiful yolks. Now I'm gonna add my mixture of coconut milk and rice flour and a teaspoon of kosher salt. Mix those up really good. And finally, we're gonna add our palm sugar and pandan mixture and coconut milk into our eggs and whisk that. And now we're gonna strain it. I'm straining this into a bowl that has a pour spout on it, which will make it a lot easier to pour it into the pumpkin. So a little trick I learned online was to use some tin foil around the base of the pumpkin. Not only is that going to keep it secure in the bottom of the steamer, but it's also going to hold it together a little bit if there's any cracking so that you won't have any oozing custard if there is any cracking later. Here goes the custard. And you just want to fill it up to right under the bottom of the edge. So I'm going to put the lid on and then we're ready to go. And we're ready to steam. So I have my steam pot already boiling with water. I'm going to turn that down to medium. I still want it to simmer, but I want it to go down to medium. If you go too high, you'll ruin the texture of your custard. It won't be as smooth and silky. This should take probably about an hour. I don't think I'm going to have enough water to last an hour, so I want to keep an eye on that and add a little water if I need to. There we go. While our custard is steaming, let's take a look at the fascinating history of the woman behind Sankaya Faktong. Maria Guiomar de Pina was born in the 17th century in the Kingdom of Siam, modern-day Thailand. At the time, Siam was ruled by King Narai, a monarch known for welcoming foreign traders, diplomats, and ideas into his court. In 1682, Maria married Constantine Fakong, a Greek who rose to become one of the king's most powerful advisors. Through him, Maria entered the world of royal life. But this golden era did not last. In 1688, the Siamese Revolution overthrew the pro-foreign court. Falcone was executed, and Maria's life changed overnight. Stripped of her status, she was forced into service in the royal kitchens under the new ruler, King Petrarca. Yet it was here, in hardship, that Maria left her greatest mark. The Portuguese influence of Maria's childhood made it into her cooking and onto the table of the Siamese court. Many of her dishes became staples of Thai cuisine, including Sankaya Faktong. The addition of egg yolks was a uniquely European twist, and the use of pumpkin shell to steam the custard in lieu of ramekins was inspired. Today, Maria is known in Thailand as Tao Tong Kip Ma, a noble title synonymous with the golden egg-based desserts she created. It's been about 35 minutes. My custard is starting to ooze out of the squash a little bit, so I want to test it. That's not good. When I went to lift the lid off, a bunch of custard gooed out on the side. Clearly it's not done, so I'm going to add some more water and wait another 15 minutes. I've got quite a bit of custard gooping out around the lid. I obviously overfilled it. Let's see how the custard is. Ouch. Hot. You can test your custard with a skewer just as you would a cake. Definitely not done. Very gloopy. One of the methods for checking doneness is to use a thermometer and see if it has reached 170 degrees. So I'm going to check it that way. According to the thermometer, we're done. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off of the heat, and I'm going to let it come down to room temperature, and then I'm going to chill it in the refrigerator overnight, and we'll cut into it tomorrow and see how we did. Time to cut it open and see how we did. You want to make sure your knife is super sharp, so when you cut through the custard, you get those really beautiful clean edges. Here we go. Clean in between cuts. Isn't that beautiful? I'm super excited, look at that. Perfect. It looks perfect anyway. I hope it tastes good. I'm gonna cut up a couple more slices, and then Marie and I are gonna test it out. You guys may remember Marie. Hello. She has come to try out the Sankaya Faktong with me.
Sankaya Faktong? Did we just say a cuss word?
Sankaya Faktong.
Okay.
Sankaya means
Sankaya.
coconut custard,
Okay.
which is in the middle,
Mhm.
and Faktong means pumpkin, which in
Okay.
this case is Kabocha squash.
Okay.
The squash is completely edible, including the skin. Ready to try it?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it. You can say it.
Not my favorite dessert. The custard's very smooth.
I love the coconut. I'm not sure I taste the pumpkin at all.
If you taste the pumpkin by itself, you don't taste the pumpkin.
No, you don't. It's pretty bland. I think if I were just going to make this custard, I would just put it in ramekins and not bother with the hassle of the pumpkin. One of the stories about the woman who created this dessert is that she just didn't have ramekins, and so she used a pumpkin. I don't know if there's any truth to that story.
That would make sense though. When do they eat this?
Excellent question. I don't actually know the answer to that. Maybe someone can comment in the comments and let us know if it's a particular holiday dessert.
When would you serve this? As a hostess.
I actually think this would be really cool on like a Thanksgiving table. It would make a really nice centerpiece.
It would. For someone who doesn't like it too much, I'm kind of enjoying it a little.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
So creative.
I hope you've enjoyed this tasty trip to Thailand as much as I have. See you next time. So here comes the fun part. Well, here comes the, I don't know what. Ugh, God, just not with it today. Super boring. I am super excited to try this dessert today. I say super excited, but I'm super excited. I'm super excited.
I'm super excited.
Me too.
I'm always super excited.
Not my favorite dessert. Not my favorite dessert.
Maybe next time we'll have some luck finding Marie's favorite dessert.